Eric Bischoff called out Tony Khan for basically being a mark. In this is my interpretation of his words. He said about Khan, and Khan's been active very much so on Twitter to kind of give context. He's been
Right.
active on Twitter. He's been calling out WWE a lot, especially after WWE kind of, stepped on the 30 minutes of Rampage last week. He's been tweeting the numbers, retweeting the numbers of them beating them. He's been really hyping it up. And look, one could say he's a hype man, and he's hyping
Yeah.
up his product, which is good. Eric Bischoff would disagree. He said this on his podcast, quote, "If Tony Khan were to call me and ask for advice, here's what it would be. Shut up and wrestle, dude. Just put out the best product you can. You've proven you can. Focus on that. Now this is weird coming from me, right? The guy who challenged Vince McMahon, the guy who gave away their finishes. But here's the difference. I was actually competing with them. I was going head to head, real head to head. Like my show started at the same time their show started every week." Bischoff went on to say, and another thing. Tony comes out and says, we're at the 1996 stage of WCW and not going to make the same mistakes. He says, "Tony, you're inventing some of the mistakes, brother, by coming out there and constantly comparing yourself and deriding your competition. But not having the willingness, I almost said balls, the willingness to say, okay, let's go head to head. Let's really compete. Let's see who can get whose market share. That's real competition." So I'm a little disappointed in the rhetoric I'm hearing out of Tony, as well as some of the talent. Here's the kicker. Man, shut the fuck up until you actually competing, and you're actually competing favorably, by the way. Pew, pew, pew! Eric Bischoff shooting at Tony Khan. Trevor, what are your reactions to Eric's comments, and are they fair or foul?
And I think he said it best. Like, I'm the guy who who let results go through. Like, I mean, truthfully, it was a different time. They were competing. They were. But I still don't, change. That still doesn't change the fact that what he did was kind of asshole move. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I think he's getting on Tony for no reason at this point. Partially, it has some of what he said has some substance, but for the most part, it's not holding water. I honestly believe Tony at this point is, and this is who Tony Khan is. Tony Khan has been this way since day one. Tony Khan likes to poke the bear. He likes to have fun. He likes to say things. Like, that's what Tony does. He has fun. I think he rubs Jim Cornette and Eric Bischoff the wrong way because of the fact that he, especially Eric Bischoff, but the fact that he is kind of lackadaisical, he is having fun with it. And maybe he shouldn't make some of the comments he makes, but I mean, who is Eric Bischoff to really comment on any of that? You're the same guy. Like, you've done the same thing, dude. Like, I mean, and probably less classy than Tony did. So I honestly think he needs to lay off.
Yeah, so again, I kind of agree with you with that. Is there some substance in what Eric's saying? Very minuscule amount of substance in what Eric's saying, in that, okay, maybe he pokes the bear one too many times and it can get, a little like, okay, come on, Tony, what are you doing? But here's the thing, and here's the thing that I think Eric Bischoff doesn't realize, maybe he doesn't know, maybe he doesn't pay attention to.
Right.
Wrestling fans care about this shit, for better or worse. A lot of times it's worse, but wrestling fans care about it. They care about ratings. They love the drama. They love the showmanship. And that is what wrestling is at its core. It is showmanship. And that is what Tony Khan understands. He's got his finger on the pulse of his fan base, especially the fan base that spends money. You want to keep that fan base keep coming back to TV. You want to keep them buying tickets. You want to keep them buying merch. You lean into them a little bit, which again, something a lot of people were saying a few years ago. We wish WWE would kind of lean into what the fans were talking about a little more.
Right.
Like what the bump? Like, oh, give me a break. Like, but to say that, come on, to say that Tony Khan doesn't have the balls to go head to head with WWE. Yeah, dude, it's a startup wrestling company. Yeah, you're telling me a startup wrestling company that was built for a television with only build up to internet, like with only internet build up, was going to go head to head, and that was a good idea? No, he's smarter than
No.
that. Tony Khan's smarter than that. He's creating his own. He's creating his own time slot on his own basis. And what's WWE doing? They're stepping on his toes every single chance they get. They're the ones. WWE are the ones, people, who wanted to go head to head with NXT. AEW, they already had their contract. They already had their time slot. They already had their day. WWE wanted to do that on a weekly basis, and guess what? It failed, and they lost. They got run out of their own. They got run out of somebody else's house, and it became permanently AEW's house. All right. So Tony Khan understands this. He's learned this over the past year. Now, does that mean that he doesn't do it too often? He does it a lot more than even I would like. Sometimes I look at him and say, all right, Tony, come on. But at the end of the day, man, it's harmless. It is so harmless. People want to make a big deal and find here's my thing. If this is your biggest concern with AEW, if this is it, dude, you like, okay, cool. Cool. That means there's absolutely. That means, because there's nothing wrong with the wrestling. If this is the worst thing you can say about AEW, that's a great thing, because this is harmless fun that really doesn't do much. I mean, if anything, it hypes up the product. It hypes up your most fervent fans and gets them ready to watch next week and gets them hyped to watch, which is exactly what, as a promoter, you should do. And it's it's showmanship, like I talked about. But this is harmless. I don't know. If this were 1996, Eric, you might be right. But here's the thing that I think Eric Bischoff doesn't understand. Things change, brother. Things change, all right? Hulk Hogan is no longer a face. He is a forever heel now.
Exactly.
This isn't 1996. WCW is dead, and it's dead because of a lot of decisions, brother, you made. And look, I'll say this, and that people might hate me for this. AEW is putting on, as a wrestling product, pure in-ring product, much better than anything WCW ever was under Eric Bischoff.
Hands
all right,
down.
And look, this is not a bury Eric Bischoff segment, although I did bury him right there. But this is not supposed to be a bury Eric Bischoff segment. Like, this is, I'm genuinely trying to get to the core of this. I think Tony Khan has made the best decisions to advertise his product, to hype up his product, and that's all this comes down to. And he's a fan. At the end of the day, he's a fan. And you know what? To an extent, from one fan to another, I'm glad he's excited about his product. Because if he's not excited, why the fuck should I be excited? I feel like that's logical, right?
I mean, yeah, I feel like that's a logical statement. Like, if his product is doing well, invests his money in it, why not be exciting? It's an exciting time of wrestling. Like, and he and his promotion are part of the catalyst. They're helping. And this is exciting to be a part of. Like, why not be excited? Why not do some shit? Like, leave him the fuck alone. Go back to 96 and ruin WCW again.
Talk about what went wrong in WCW and TNA on your podcast, like you always do, Eric. Come on,
exactly.
Come on, brother. Actually, no. You know what? I don't even want to. I'm sorry, Eric. That was a low blow. I shouldn't have said that. Like, I actually do like and respect you, but come on, like, you can't. Shut up and wrestle. Oh, come on. You sound like a boomer there. You sound like a boomer, bro. Thanks for watching this video from Real Take Sports Talk. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released. Also, remember to check out our live show every single Thursday at 8 p.m. right here on the YouTube channel. And remember, keep it real.